Hello and happy beginning of the semester. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the course so that you can get started and be successful in this class. So we're looking at the home page, and notice that you can navigate the home page through these tabs across the top, or you can go to modules and you can see your homepage that way. So it depends upon how you like to navigate your course. So all of my courses begin with Start Here, first module that talks a little bit about the course and the syllabus, of course, and a quiz on the syllabus so that you know what the expectations are of the class. And then let's get into the modules. So the first thing that I want you to notice is that I have a module entitled Evolve Student Resources, and you're going to be referring to this module constantly as you move through your class. And as you see, I have instructions for completing your sim chart exercises, and the exercises can be repeated and they're all instructional, but I don't actually assign it until we get into chapter 10. There's an audio glossary for you to look at if you want to understand the terms or hear the terms pronounced. And there's even a coloring book. The work products, I'm going to open up the work products for you, is something that you have to go through in the KIN resources. So this page is really just a comment about how to access your products over there. So let's go back and look at what else is here. This one's entitled Procedure Video Information, and it's the same thing. When you're directed to watch a video, notice I have a list of all of the chapters in the book that have videos, so you can go to here. And going back, that's what it's supposed to look like. But here's where you're going to access your resources. So we're in Evolve Elsevier right now in the Elsevier resources. So what you're going to do is click the student link and then scroll down, and you can ignore a lot of these sections here, but here is the first medical assisting video, and there's a screen right there, so you know which chapter to choose. Notice you don't have a video in all the chapters, but in some of the chapters you have, I'm looking for one that has more than one. You might have more than one video. Okay. Chapter 9, you have more than one video. So I ask you to look at these videos, and then I make an assignment out of them so that you I know that you've viewed the video. And this also is how to find your work products here. Now the work products are basically paper examples, and if you notice, they're underlined in red, and there's nothing else that I can click until I get to chapter 6. Let's just look at 11, and you have certain forms here if you want to look at the forms that are available. I have an assignment on a purchase order because you're going to most likely be ordering products. So let's go back and go all the way back to my home page, which I think I'm going to have to do by going back into my course. No, here we go. Okay, so back into the modules. Chapter 1, I have an overview. I have slides for you to look, so you can review the chapter by looking at slides. And I have a quiz on each particular chapter. The first thing, though, that you're gonna do is you're gonna introduce yourself, and that's over here in discussions. So let's talk about discussions for a minute before we go off into another place. So you please introduce yourself here. What I'm using is a program called Flipgrid so that I can see you and hear you, and you can see and hear your other classmates, because online classes can be pretty cold and impersonal, but if we can actually see one another, it's really much better. And I enjoy so much meeting you as students instead of a line in my grade book. So that's how we're going to handle our introductions. And notice that I have, remember to post all discussions by assignments by Thursday. This is your answer to the discussion question. And the reason that we want to do this is because it gives the other students a chance to comment on what you have said, where if you come in and you post after Thursday, most of the classes already posted their discussion by Thursday, and your 2 replies to the discussion are need to be in by Sunday evening. So let's go back to modules now, because we've talked about all of your introductions, and periodically throughout the text I have discussions assigned, and they're pretty short. It just helps me know that you have mastered the particular chapter. So let's scroll down to one of the chapters that have a procedure video. So we're in chapter 7, and the way that I've arranged this class is I try to give you multiple assignments one week, and then we'd cover a single chapter the next week, unless it's something that we already know. So I try not to double up too much, but in some cases I am going to have to, because we have 23 chapters to cover in 15 weeks of the class. So it's impossible to take one chapter a week. So following the example of this particular chapter, we've got the overview, the PowerPoint slides, and then we have a procedure video. We have a little extra quiz down here, a law and ethics quiz. And then in the next chapter, I have an assignment that I want you to do. I want you to write a letter, because that's a common responsibility in the medical office. So if you just stay within the week, so this is week 6. Week 6, we're doing chapter 9. If you stay within the week and go through the assignments as they come up, so I need to scroll down to the bottom before I can hit next, and there's your PowerPoint slides. So I'm staying in the module, and here is a little assignment for the procedure video, and here's the discussion for chapter 9. And I'm sorry, I paused this recording and I ended up back in my screen instead of your screen. But so just understand, this is what I see as an instructor. It's not necessarily what you see. So basically, if you just follow through what you're given as you go through here, then you have satisfied all of the requirements for that particular week. So you never have to wonder what is due this week, because I have everything in my modules. Now, when you finished a module, some of them can get a little bit on the clunky side. Notice that I have minimized these modules, because we were just talking about week 5, chapter 6 and 7, and week 9, so that it's a little bit easier to navigate through your screen. So I hope you'll enjoy this class. It's a It's called a capstone because it puts together all the skills that you have gained in the other courses that you've taken. And some of it is going to be a repeat. If you've already taken law and ethics, it's going to be a little bit of a refresher. But this class prepares you to go out and know how to handle yourself in the medical office. So as usual, send me an email or call me. We can arrange time to talk personally if you need help. But hopefully this will get you started in the right direction and that you'll have a wonderful semester.